Good evening. Hello, hello. MAN, nice to see you too. Mark, hello. Thomas, hello. Voyager, hello. And Goatfriend, hello to you as well. I hope you're all doing well. Welcome to X-Plane. And why is my overlay not showing correctly? Hang on, I need to fix that. So we got X-Plane 12, obviously. Where's my overlay? There it is. Oh, there it is. It's working now. Fantastic. So I want to have a look. Where's my X-Plane? Oh, there it is. It's showing. Cool. Everything's there where it should be. Welcome. I hope you're all doing well. Right. So I'm currently getting messages from the ramp controller. He's worried that I am going to. He's like worried that I'm angled. And so the last message would be no problem for me, but I think you will wing strike the box right of you when you push. So I don't know. Maybe I've got. I mean, the scenery here is somewhat old. Hence, the new parking spots. So I'm just going to say that, you know, from my side, it's all good. There we go. So MAN, is that you here? Yeah, MAN. So if you push first, it's fine. You know, no problem there. He says, if you say so. Oh, it's not as if it's not super busy here, is it? I mean, but anyways, guys, we are flying on the event today. So they've got Bogota Relops today until like 3 UTC. So I'm excited to try it out.
The Captain Black Box Twitch channel subscriber experience.
So Ines, I'm using which simulator? X-Plane, Ines? Hey, Whizball. Whizball, thanks so much. 50 months. Whizball, lovely to see you. Hope you're doing well. So for Frankfurt, I used the Aerosoft scenery. It's okay. I think there's just 2 or 3 taxiways not completely correct, but all in all, not too bad. Right. Let me try really quickly to go in here. Let's go get data from SimBrief. So we are Qatar Cargo today. So let's. Why can't I initialize the flight? That's strange. That is a bit weird. Okay. Enjoy. Good evening, Whizball. You're doing good. That's good to hear. Okay. Let's have a look. So we've got briefing. And then the last time I tried this. Ground services. So let's have a look. Let's get. I mean, we have GPU, right? Oh no, we had GPU. Oh, because I moved the aircraft. That's why. Yeah.
Sir, you need to establish communications with the crew by saying hello first.
Of course. Right. Well, actually, you know what? Let's start the APU, shall we? That way we don't need ground power. Yeah, so I got the message from the controller, and then I moved the aircraft manually forward by a couple of meters. That's why the ground power dropped. Sierra Files or Sierra Flies. Last time we managed to get some loading animations done. Yeah. Let me just have a look. The microphone, guys, any crackling sounds today? I checked prior to the stream and I couldn't hear any crackling noises. So let me know if for someone, not yet. Okay, cool. Well, let's hope it stays that way. Absolutely. Cool. Today I actually have my WinWing MCDU here, my WinWing FMS, which I'll use today. Fantastic. Thank you, Thomas. Right, and then we'll wait until the APU is available. There it is. Cool.
I
So,
think you need to establish contact first.
right, let's get that on, and then...
I think you need to establish contact first.
Hmm. Sierra flies? No, the last time we had elephants.
Hello, this is the captain speaking.
Good day, sir.
Sir, you need to establish communications with the crew by saying hello first. Ground, we need some equipment connected.
Which, sir?
Shots.
Very well, sir.
Good.
Anything else?
No, that's all. Thank you.
Thanks, but no thanks.
Cool. Now, let's see. Ground operations. So, we had airplane, weight and balance, fill from sim brief, loading page. Okay, then let's have a look for the airplane doors. So that's let's get the bulk open,
We need the hatch open.
As quickly as I can.
and then let's get the high loader.
Ground, we need some equipment connected.
And
No
let's-
problem. Which one?
Freight loader.
Ladies
Most
and gentlemen,
assuredly.
welcome aboard the Captain Blackbox Infotainment Experience. New subscribers should now pick up their past first class. Thank you.
The peace guy. Hello, thank you so much for your Twitch Prime. Welcome to the community. I appreciate that. Thanks so much for the support. Okay, so you go to the freight load menu. Okay, so airplane, weight and balance, loading page. Oh, this menu is still loading page. No, that's not it. Ah, okay. Right, cargo load. Oh, freight load. Sorry, freight load. That's it. Yeah, right. So, special. ULD. Special. Let's clear all, right? So, ULD special. Okay, so then on empty spot, hey VPilot. Special. All right, and then yeah, but how do I hang on? But you can't select the Formula 1 car, right? Ah, maybe it's this one here. Hold on. Okay, add another one. Let's see. Right. Shouldn't that be on the apron now? Okay, the dark blue is the Formula 1. Okay, cool. What else do we need? We need, let's get AMS, whatever that is. Let's get some PRC in here. Well, let's try AMJ here. Okay. Yeah, let me just try some other things while we're here. Thank you. Let's try that. And then let's try that here. Yeah, it is somewhat tedious. Right, so then back. Loading menu, loading page, load cargo. Well, actually, let me get the fuel. Let me fuel up first, okay?
Ready here for the fuel.
Putting fuel in, sir.
There we go. Yeah, but it's not loaded yet, is it? Or was that already the pre-plan? Okay. Freight load. Then let me... Right. Let me do that. No, so that is planned load. Okay, interesting. Right, let me do that. Okay, so now we're getting the MAC in a better position there. Although we don't have much freight just yet, do we? What else can we load in? What else can we load in? Let's get some... Okay. Yeah. So total fuel 20.6 or something. Yeah, that's already in almost. So then let's try that. So let's go cargo load.
You may load the cargo holds.
Already on it.
Yeah, so the last time at least we did see the cargo there on the apron, right? Or oh, hang on. It takes a few minutes, doesn't it, to appear, right? Oh, main deck. Oh, okay. Yeah, so main deck. Okay, call the... Okay.
Hello, this is the captain.
Loadmaster is here.
Loadmaster is here. Fantastic. Right. Oh.
We are ready here for the loading.
Yes, sir. We are ready here as well.
We need to load the
Haley load.
catering and
Ah,
water
no.
miscellaneous items.
Hang on.
Fine.
Oh, there's the Foley one. Hang on. Let me go back into the... Oh, that is exciting. Hang on. Let's do that. Hang on. Oh, yeah. Cool. Thanks, guys. Appreciate that. Appreciate the help. Nice. Now, what kind of a cargo flight is this today? So we've got an elephant, and we've got this beauty. That looks pretty... That looks hot. That looks nice. Not gonna lie. My car, yeah. GG's, Voyager. I see you have a very nice, expensive taste. And so this is Greg, the elephant. Greg's genome is a living bridge between the Amazon lost species and the Aztec civilization. Hello, George. No, Greg, sorry. I was calling you George there. Hello, Greg. How are you? Hope you're going to have a good flight with us. Yeah, nice mixed bag of cargo, right? Greg looks terrified. Indeed. All right, so that goes on. As this is going on, let me go ahead and go to index ident. So we have a good database. Let's get the GPS position in here. Hold on. There we go. Hey, Jalent, hello, and Albert Scotsman, hello to you guys. How are you all doing? So where's my Avia tablet? Hang on. No. Give me a second. Keyboard search Avitab. Shift A. It's not working. All right, let's try it this way. Avitab. Talk it up. There it works. Yeah. So the loading cam. It's by door L1. Okay, we'll check in a second, guys. Just let me have a look here. All right. Then let's look for the charts. And then it is TNCA to Bogota. There we go. That's our flight plan today. And we'll check that in a minute. So somebody was saying we're supposed to look. Ah, there we go. Now it's loading. Oh, well, that's interesting. Right, let's see. Hold on. Oh, I know why. I was still in the walk around mode. That's why. Yeah, now the tablet works. That's why. Cool. Okay, let's try again. That's a very cool animation. Love that. So there's a door camera. Hang on. Display on. Nice. Yeah, so this has been added. So we have a taxi camera and we have the cargo camera now. Although it's a bit bugged, I can see some of the external equipment there. Nice, but it will be interesting to see the oh, even the sounds. Nice. Whoever you like. I think your best companies on either stream, so whatever you like to watch. No, so Jacob, you do not really mess about manually with fuel distribution. So you have to realize that you would always normally fill up the fuel in the wing tanks first, because you do want some weight in the wings, right? So, oh, there's elephant, lol. So you do want weight in the wings to alleviate, to make the stress on these connections, on the fuselage wing connection, easier. It is a beautiful livery, I agree. I wanna see the lol. Yeah, so like I said, normally wing in the wing tanks first, and then once the wing tanks are full, then you start putting fuel into the center tank. Hey Pod. Yes, so Pod, we're almost done with the setup regarding the cooking streams, and I even have a surprise for you guys. The cooking stream has a new name, and there's only one person right now that knows. Well, apart from my wife and myself, but outside of that, only one person here in this community knows. Hang on, Voyager! You're not supposed to spoil that. Oh no. You saw it already. Okay, no worries. Oh yeah, so Galley Chef. Yeah. Yeah, there goes the surprise. Right, so Galley Chef. Exactly. I think it's a pretty cool name. Right? Galley, as in, aircraft galley, aircraft kitchen, right? And chef. Yeah, my wife liked that name. And now make a joke about, oh, there it comes, the elephant in the room. Yeah, no worries. So Voyager, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Oh, that looks nice. That's pretty cool. Hey, Ogan, thank you so much. Yeah, so we're almost finished. Really, we're now thinking about what kind of meal we will prepare first of all. Oh, the Who, no doubt, no doubt. In the kitchen, my wife's the chef. I'll just be the co-pilot. Nice. I like that. I like the sounds as well. How cool. Pod, I will announce it here on my channel first, Pod. We have to see how we can change the stuff on Discord. I may make a new Discord channel. Not sure just yet. But we'll see. Whoop. Hey, Pilot 19 and Avenger, good evening. How are you guys? Jalend asks, could you explain some aerodynamics since the plane is making lift, but the car is making downforce? Will the plane even take off? Who will win in case? Hang on, Jalend, is that a seriously meant question? Where's the kappa? Well, hey, Alpha. Yeah, we're loading everything in the kitchen sink. Alpha, wie geht's dir? Oh, ground call. Hang on, there was someone calling me. Hold on. Who was calling me? Cargo, fuel, main deck. Yeah, we're getting there.
Good day. How do you hear?
Listening?
Right, there we go. Let's end that call. Regarding the flight, so we are flying from Tango November Charlie Alpha. In case you're wondering, yes, I have a 777 FMS now from Winwing, which I'm keen to try out. So, and we're flying to Bogota. Hey, Thomas. We're flying this beauty. We're flying this beauty, and the cargo hold is already closing. Fantastic. So they are finishing. We've just got some lower cargo to go. Yeah, Airbus hello to you as well, and that's the routing today. Exactly, that is the routing. Let's see, is MAN? Oh no, he's still here. Okay, so MAN is patiently waiting. MAN, I'm hurrying up. Okay, I promise. I'll do my best to quickly get everything programmed. So let me put that there so you guys can see that. And then let's have a look at the ATIS. So we have information alpha, transition levels very low, 40. Temperature 30, QNH 1013. And 110 at 16. And runway 11. Okay, so there we go. So the flight number, we are Qatar Cargo. Quebec Alpha Charlie 71 Bravo and heavy, of course. Flight number. And then departure arrival. Departure arrival. So we're departing runway 11. Norex 1 Foxtrot. At least that's filed. Let's see what we get. So let me execute that first of all. From Norex we have Alpha 567 and then Golf 431. So Mike Alpha Union. Oh, hang on, no, that's not right. It should be Sierra Tango Bravo. That's interesting. Invalid entry. Hang on. Right, let me deliver that again. So A567. And then it should be Sierra Tango Bravo. There we go, now that works. And then it's Golf 431. And it's going to Charlie, uniform Charlie. Hey Moin, Flying Greenland, how are you doing? Nice to see you. And then we've got Whiskey 34. All good. I had a lovely trip with my wife to Lübeck. It's a beautiful city here in northern Germany, a little bit east of Hamburg. And I mean, the travel there with the Deutsche Bahn was an absolute nightmare again. Absolutely. Coming back yesterday was fine, but going there, it was a nightmare. It really was terrible. But we had a lovely time. So lovely, a lovely Christmas market. What's that? Why isn't it doing it? That's strange. Whiskey 3-4. Let me try this one. Never again. Well, I mean, I'm confused. Why isn't it accepting it? Let me try it here. Papa India Echo. Now that's a bug here in the FMS, right? So that should disappear. No, that's strange.
Sir, they brought a new load sheet.
Right, let me get the Navigraph app up, and then we can check the routing manually. Avenger, I'm not sure if it ever has been a good company, but it's been getting worse and worse and worse. And so, so for example, when we started our journey, we got a message, a really weird message, saying that we would need to rebook some section of our travel for the day, and we're supposed to change trains in Hamburg to go onto a train which then takes us to Lübeck. Now, what it didn't tell us, even though it was already known to the Deutsche Bahn, actually the train track from Hamburg to Lübeck was actually completely closed because of the repair works. So there's no trains going there. But they didn't tell us that until we got to Hamburg, and then suddenly in the app it said, well, now you have to take a bus. And I'm like, hey, where? You know, where's the bus leaving from, right? So we got to the information desk in Hamburg, and she was very nice, actually. And she said, to be honest, don't do that, because it's going to be an absolute nightmare. So what she would suggest to us, that's a different airway. Whiskey 34. Oh, I know why. Hang on. Is that because of the... No, that's 380. And so she said, if I were you, I would actually take the underground. And that's what we did. And that was a really good tip because that saved us really. But then the problem was we got to so the U-Bahn only went to another town where it ended, and then we had from there we had to go back to the railway station, and then take another train to Lübeck. Oh, come on. 16.8. There we go. But the problem was we got out of the U-Bahn, went to the bus station to get a bus to the railway station, which was quite a walk otherwise. But there was such a long queue already, and there was also a traffic jam. So I said to my wife, we may as well walk because otherwise, you know, we're not going to get to the train station in time. And so that's what we did. And yeah, but we managed. At least we got there. It's so weird. So how come it's got a totally different airway description here? Well, but this is doing it now, so that's that. And then we got to Wulan. How weird today. Wulan. Invalid entry. So the thing is, I've got Uniform Whiskey 1 here. I have a feeling that I've got a completely different routing here. Hang on, let me just check something really quickly. Let's view that. No, that's the routing. Huh? Yeah, that could be the reason. It's one way, but how come it's not showing me? Oh, okay, I know what's happening. I think I know what's happening. I tell you what, guys. I have a feeling we have to fly low level, like it's capped level 240 or something. It's one of those weird airways. Let me have a quick look at the website. But it's interesting that that we get this, because that way we all learn something again. Because you don't get that very often. So there we go. Let's have a look. We should. It also says. It says we would need to book a slot. Oh, the Maxi! Thank you so much. Gifting 5 subs. Huge round of applause for that. Maxi, Dankeschön. Vielen Dank. That's really, really kind. Maxi, I hope you're doing well. Yeah, but the weird thing is, so that seems also one way. Yeah, let me get the clearance. That everything's really messed up here, because I mean SimBrief gave me this routing, but then it looks like SimBrief doesn't understand one-way airways. So it could be we need to do something completely different. It's so strange. It's so strange that it actually gave that as a VATSIM routing. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to refile, guys. I am going to refile. So forget this. This is completely nonsense, this routing. So for those guys that want to fly along, I'm not sure, MAN, which routing did you file? I'm just curious. So the VATSIM routing means that ATC has cleared it once, not that they did it to check it. Yeah, okay. Anyways, I'm just going to go ahead. I'm going to show you guys the routing that I'm flying now. So it's going to take us a little bit to the west, and then we go this way, right? And then this way we have a better routing. Yeah. So let me pre-file that. Pre-file. Level 380. That should be fine. Let's file that. So now I'm going to wait a few seconds. So let me do that again. Sorry for the wait here, guys. But again, now you learn how to redo the routing. So departure arrival is going to be this time. Hold on. Simrave. Downloader. Export. Close. Shots. Let's close that real quickly. Charts. And let's see. Yeah. So this is the new routing now. Fuel wise, let's just check the fuel real quickly. 22 point something, and we have 20, so we need to refuel for that. But I'll do that manually, I think. Although touch to load.
We are done, sir. Fuel has been put in.
Thank you very much. You may fuel now.
We are fueling you, sir.
Okay, so let me do that. Let me put that to 22.6. And then let's do fuel load. Okay. Airplane balance. Loading page. Yeah.
Please start the refueling process now.
Sit tight.
There we go. So now they're fueling more. Fantastic. Make a hello to you. And once again, big thank you to Mexi for the 5 gifted one more time. Thank you so much, Mexi. That's really, really kind. MAN, which routing did you file? Because the initial routing that I've got from SimBrief makes absolutely no sense at all. So I just refiled. Let's have a quick look at the weather. So we can see that we've got some SIGMETs. We have so bad visibility. But that's it. I was thinking about thunderstorms, but no. So volcanic ash. So VA volcanic ash observed. No change. But I would say that's going to be no factor for us.
The load sheet is here.
Right, there we go. Load sheet is here. We have finished the fueling. Oh, wow. Weight and balance. Let's have a look at the CG. Yeah, 19.5 is the CG. So let's go look at CG summary. There we go. So it's fine, yeah. CG is fine, Jacob. Thank you. Yeah, and I couldn't, you know what, MAN, I couldn't enter that into the FMS. It just would not let me into that routing that you have there into the FMS for some reason. And Nikki, good evening. So, let's have a quick look here. Bogota. Showers, vicinity, towering cumulus. Well, there's not thunderstorms, it's just rain. Although CBs maybe. And the alternate Sierra Kilo Alpha Romeo Eden.
Good evening. Happy flying.
Hey, thank you so much to Snowbee Flyer. Hello, welcome. And thanks so much for the 17 months. I hope you're doing well. Happy weekend. It's not great, but I mean, rain showers, nothing major there. I don't see that as threats. So then let's have a quick look here. First page again. Yeah, and I do have a bit extra, 3 tons for a second approach into Bogota, if anything goes wrong. Cool, so that's our routing now. Let's take the Ambas. 1 Foxtrot. Then it's direct to Ugoza. Ugoza, direct. Then it's direct Dexox. Dexox. And then we have Whiskey 1-2. Whiskey 1-2. Echo Juliet Alpha. And then we have Golf 431. And this time it's accepting it to Ilsef. And there we go. Let me already check the weather for Bogota. Let me check the ATIS. So currently in Bogota, they got 310 at 8. Visibility 10 kilometers. Showers of rain. And they have runway 14 left, 14 right for arrivals. Which means... let's just have a quick look here. Zulu 14 left. And we'll take the ILS Zulu 14 right. So both are possible. So let me go to departure arrival. We'll take the ILS Zulu 14. I'm trying to think, is 14 right? Yeah, probably 14 right. No, hang on. Let me just check. 14 left. It could be both. I'm going to go with left, okay? So we'll take the ILS left Zulu. So 14 left Zulu. We have the arrival Ilsef for Echo. And we will take that wire. Vulam or... should be the west arrival. Yeah, I'm not sure why. So is that because the 14 left? Hang on, let me just check. Brennert, wie geht's? Nice to see you, Brennert. Thank you so much.
Hey, Captain. Back
Yes, back home again. And we had a lovely time. Beautiful city, Lübeck. Man, this today is so strange. Like, why? So it's giving me the east. Which I don't have here. And another resub. Pilot, thank you so much. Pilot 727, thank you for the 14 months. That's really kind. Thank you so much for that. Oh, there we go. I found it. It just says 4 East. It doesn't say anything else. Okay. All right, we'll take that. Man, it's complicated approach today and or routing. And then it's going to be via Amves. Execute. Right, let's have a look. So we've got this. I think we finally managed to get it. So let's have a look at the plan mode. So departing. Then we've got the routing all the way to Ilzef. But I'm missing something. Hang on. Arrival. The Ilse Forest via Amves. Execute. And there we go. Now it's slowly getting there. So that's the arrival routing. Potential for shortcuts. So then we're flying on the approach. And then we are on to the final, the ILS. 14 left, missed approach. And if anything changes, so in flight, once we have a bit of time, we will program route 2, and that way we can prepare in case we have a runway change. Good. Here's the load sheet. 0 fuel weight, 189.7. That adds up. So let me enter that here. So we have 189.7. 0 fuel weight. The reserves, according to the flight plan, it's 6.6, so we'll take 6.6 reserves. The cruising level 380. Cost index. Let's check. Cost index is 141. That's pretty high cost index. 141. Now for performance menu, airplane, performance, airport search. So we've got Tango, November, Charlie, Alpha search. There it is. Airbus, yeah, there's a couple of other routings as well, but you know, as long as I've got one now that works, we'll take full length, dry runway. And the wind here is 110 at 16. Temperature 30. That's a warm day, and 1013. So takeoff weight we have 212. And the CG for takeoff is 19.5. Let's make that 20. We'll take
Could new
we'll
subscribers
take TO1. Assumed 45. Flap 5. Anti-ice off. Lilo, thank you as well. Lilo, how are you? Thank you so much. And let's calculate that. Cool. So we have flap 5. We'll take TO1, selected 45. I think that will be fine. We're not very heavy. I mean, 212 tons isn't much. And with sea level, it's a bit warm, but with sea level. Brennan, sorry, this is X-Plane 12. So we are on X-Plane currently. Exactly. Cool. So that's that. Then let me enter that. So actually, let me get my value. So we have TO1, 45. What would you do if you have a bit of fuel left in a center tank? Normally, it would get automatically transferred during the flight. Even Jacob. So if I look at the fuel page right now, it's completely empty. But normally it's scavenged into the main tanks. Good. So we have flap 5. CG is about, let's put 26.25 for the trim. The speeds are 134. 137 and 141. 141. Excellent. So I'm going to dial that in. 141. Hey, Brennell, you did? Oh, you like the A400, right? Nice. Very nice indeed. Very nice plane. Yeah, I love the Hercules. Also absolutely brilliant. So there's the Norix departure. Norix 1 Foxtrot. Cool. Well, we got the Ambach then. We got the Ambach. Yeah, this we got Ambach 1 Foxtrot to the north now. Trying not to get confused on this. Good. Everything's finished with the fueling. We've done the calculations. Let's get the clearance, shall we? 21.6. Let's see what he
All
wants.
miscellaneous items and catering has been loaded.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Sir, all the cargo is on board. We are ready.
Thank you.
Captain, luggage loading is done.
Thank you.
Much appreciated.
Another one? Blimey.
We are finished with the fueling.
Okay, thank you. Long queue there. My God. Alrighty. 216. So what's the name of the place again? It's called is it, how would you pronounce that? Reina? Reina Beatrix?
Avianca 233 takes you home Golf, runway 11. Let's go. Golf runway 11, Avianca 233.
Let me check the ATIS one more time. Currently still Alpha. Ground, good evening from Qatar Cargo 71 Bravo Heavy. Information Alpha requesting clearance please to Bogota.
Qatar Cargo 71 Bravo, Beatrix ramp, hello. Clear Bogota, Ambas 1 Foxtrot departure, runway 11, initial climb flight level 40, squawk 3322.
Qatar Cargo 71 Bravo cleared to Bogota. The runway 11, Ambas 1 Foxtrot departure, initial climb 40 and the squawk 3322.
Qatar Cargo 71 Bravo, correct, report ready for push and start.
Wilco, Qatar Cargo 71 Bravo. That call sign. Cool. Okay. So El Navina is selected. 40 is set. We have the APU on. Ground power not available. APU bleed is on. Cool. So quick briefing here for you guys. So we've just been cleared via the Ambas 1 Foxtrot departure. And that will then take us runway 11 until position Beram. Then left turn Wallop. 110 above, correctly programmed. And then another left turn to Ambas. Initial climb 40, sector not very high because we are departing over water, so 1800 feet.
Avianca 233, contact tower 118.0, have a nice flight, bye bye.
For the taxi out, will be pushback, Golf, all the way runway 11, full length, no hot spots. Anything special? Any threats that you guys see? Probably not, right? Cool. Then I'll just do the last couple of items here. I'm going to put the transponder on. Mode Charlie. That is good, that is good, that is good. Let's check the outside. That's fine. So we're ready to close all the doors. So close the doors.
Please close this hatch.
As quickly as I can.
Doors to automatic.
Yes, Captain.
Let's
Hi,
get
Army.
doors page open here. There we go, automatic, fantastic. Let's read a first checklist then. So pre-flight checklist.
Pre-flight checklist, please.
Oxygen,
Oxygen.
test 100%.
100%. Tested 100%. Flight
Uh,
instruments.
Heading 350, altimeter 1013, 10 feet.
Set. Checklist complete.
There we go. Let's do the before start items. Let's make it nice and comfortable for the elephant. That looks good. Beacon comes on. Transponder is on. One recall check. Checked. Let's read the before start.
MCP.
So V2 is 141, heading 116, and out at 4,000.
Takeoff speeds.
V1 134, VR 137, V2 141.
Set.
CDU pre-flight.
Completed.
Completed.
Trim.
Right, that should be 6.25. That's interesting. So my yoke actually moves with the trim, which is interesting. Cool. So 6.75 units 00
Taxi and takeoff briefing.
is completed.
Completed. Checklist complete.
Cool. Qatar Cargo 71 Bravo stand 11 requesting push and start, please.
Qatar Cargo 71 Bravo, push and start approved, face west, clear the QNH 1013.
QNH 1013, push start approved facing west. Qatar Cargo 71 Bravo. So let's do this. So we're going to push here and then here.
Alright, Captain, got the directions. Let me know through the menu when you're ready. Great news, Captain, your tow's coming.
Fantastic.
Unable to find view ID 35.
Right, let's get the chocks away as well, right? Ground service. Freeze.
How can I help you?
Please disconnect the phone. Passenger
Alright, looks like the doors and hatches are closed and we're ready to connect.
Nice. That's a gorgeous livery. Jacob asks, do you miss the ability to open the windows when you transferred from A320 787? I did miss it a little bit, yes. Hey, Mutos. Yeah, Cat Strater. I asked this before. Anybody heard anything from him? Yep, Gend, exactly. Thank you so much. Yeah, so 777 does have a scavenge system. So send a tank below 5 tons. It moves it into the scavenges it into the main tanks. Honestly, there's a lot of aircraft that have exactly.
Welcome aboard, Captain. Tow's connected. Bypass pins inserted. Go and kill the parking brake when you're ready to go.
Brakes released, ready for push.
Here comes the pushback. Light them up.
I was trying to remember, but here in the.
Have a safe flight.
Thank you. Have a nice day. In the Flight Factor 777, it's the default engine sounds are actually very nice. Now we do have the GE engines, which means we are going to start one by one. So engine start right engine. Hey Hash, how are you doing? German Flight Summer asked, is there a way to use better pushback? Or whatever to do automatic pushback? Automatic, no, I did select the pushback path, so it's not completely automatic. Right, let's start left engine. What on earth is that? Lol. What is that? Well, I'm glad the rest of the plane is here. Hey, Muhammad. Hello, hello, how are you doing? And Bruno, hello to you. Yeah, what was that? That's really strange.
Just about done here. Go ahead and set your parking brake.
Okay, that's weird. Yeah, maybe try to download the latest version again.
And we're disconnecting the tow. Give me just a moment.
That's something. So flight simming sometimes is just a meme. Yeah, but I've done nothing special regarding better pushback.
Beatrix ramp, go Good afternoon. Lauda Air 772 Heavy.
So as far as I'm concerned, let's do the after start or before taxi items, flaps 5.
Lauda Air 772, guten
So
Abend. Beatrix ramp.
rest is already done here.
Alpha is correct.
That's
Lead
good.
Bogota, Dator 2, Foxtrot departure, runway 1.
Do one more recall check. Flight control check.
Squawk
Full
3327.
up. Full down. Full left. Full right.
Lauda Air 772.
And rudder. Full left. Full right.
Departure to Foxtrot departure.
Neutral.
11.
Yes, there is.
Flight level 040, squawk 3327.
Yeah, thanks for reminding me, Bruno.
Lauda Air 772, correct. Report ready for push and start. Echo 772.
Can see the pushback truck now. That's pretty neat, to be honest. Not to hear for the sim itself, but I mean in general, to have a taxi camera, especially for safety reasons. Now I can actually see what's going on down there.
And we're disconnected. Signal and pin on the right. Take it easy and have a safe flight.
Have a nice day. Thank you. Is this a fictional delivery? I don't know, guys. You tell me. That's a huge pushback truck. Lining. It's real, right? Yeah, I thought so. There's the all clear signal. Thank you. Then let's read the before taxi checklist.
Recall. Check.
Checked.
Checked. Flight control.
Checked.
Check. Checked. Ground equipment.
Yes, clear.
Cleared. Checklist complete.
Right. Qatar Cargo 7 Bravo Heavy requesting taxi.
Qatar Cargo 71 Bravo, taxi on Golf runway 11.
By Golf runway 11, Qatar Cargo 7 Bravo. Right, we have left side clear, right side clear. Let's go. Let's get the taxi camera on again. Oh, no. There's it. It's a shame I've got 55 FPS. It's a bit laggy on the visuals, which is kind of strange.
Qatar Cargo 71 Bravo, contact tower 118.0. Schönen Abend noch.
Vielen Dank. 18.0, ebenso die Qatar Cargo 7 Bravo. Nice. You can now see if you're on the center line. No, there's no need to arm spoilers here on the 777. Yeah, the moment that you retard the thrust levers and pull the reversers, actually I think it's just putting the thrust levers to idle on takeoff. We'll get the speed brake lever up. Yeah, you can judge the taxi now. That's true. Let's have a look for the takeoff before takeoff checklist.
Checklist complete.
Checklist complete. 27 knots. Don't know why VSync is not working.
Cargo 71 Bravo, Beatrix Tower.
Hello tower from Qatar Cargo 7 Bravo. We're approaching runway 11, ready for departure.
Qatar Cargo 71 Bravo, roger. The wind's 100 degrees, 16 knots. Runway 11, clear for takeoff.
Runway 11 clear takeoff. Qatari Cargo 7 Bravo Heavy. Right, let's get everyone ready. Let's get all the lights on. And well, we don't have cabin crew. We just have an elephant and a Formula 1 car. Hey, traffic control services. Yes, you did. You did indeed. Right. Let's have a quick look here. Have I ever been to Aruba? No. Avenger, well, that was the at least I saw that was the connection they offered. So they have a towered control here and right, 19.8 is the next one.
Approaching 1-1.
Thank you. So have a quick glance here on the departure chart. Make sure that we don't have to... No, it's fine. Don't know why that's so laggy. Blimey. Thank you much for the reminder.
Runway 1-1.
Gonna put this to run. So, are we all ready? I think we are, right? Let's go. Take off. Thrust set. Oh, here we go now. Thrust set. 80 knots checked. Hope that elephant is tied down. V1. Rotate. Beautiful. Buzz rate. Clear up. Nice. Yeah, we could have done DTO2 actually. So now we've got thrust ref, enough speed.
371 Bravo, contact terminal 119.8. Have a nice flight.
Terminal 19.8, have a nice day. Qatari 7 or Bravo.
You too.
There we go, and flaps 1. Let's get the autopilot on. So I can reach down. Here comes flaps up. Cool. And the flight. Weird. And vertical speed out. A lot of things to do here. Time of good afternoon from Qatari Cargo 71 Bravo Heavy level 40.
Qatari's Cargo 71 Bravo, Crystal Terminal, good day, ready to contact, climb flight level 240.
Climb flight level 240, Qatari Cargo 71 Bravo Heavy. So let's go. 240, thrust ref, enough speed. We are fast. Blimey. Actually, let's do climb 2. Good God. Right, thrust limits. Climb 2. Like a bat out of hell here. Hey Beethoven, hello to you. Wie geht's? Yeah, I'll show you the cargo hold. There you go. Always takes a few seconds to load in. So there's our elephant. And we have our Formula 1 car here. Oh, it's flashing like that, but yeah, there we go. Let's do the after takeoff checklist.
Checklist complete.
After takeoff checklist complete. Hey Sim Caesar, nice to see you. Oh my god. Sim Caesar, aren't the months going by like crazy fast now? It's another month has passed. So Sim Caesar, thank you so much. And again, guys, so unfortunately last time when we did the Hercules stream, Sim Caesar gifted 10 subs again. But unfortunately, I was just offline at the time when he did it. So all of those, if anyone is watching from that Hercules stream, it's a C-130 stream, and be gifted a sub from Sim Caesar, please give him a big thank you. And a big shout out to Sim Caesar, guys. If you don't know him, please make sure to check out his channel here on Twitch. And Caesar, definitely we will be able to do a shared flight soon. Oh, Lewis, really? You're watching from Bogota? Well, IRL? Right, the elephant is now free to move around. I hope not. That would be a bad idea. Clouds look lovely again today. Beethoven, you found a nice story on Instagram. Passengers across the United States are showing up to airports in pajamas. Really? What? You're joking. After Transportation Secretary Jean Duffy urged travelers to dress more neatly before flying. Really? He did not, did he? What? His etiquette campaign aims to restore courtesy in the air, but instead has triggered a wave of online protests. Well, what do you expect? I mean, yeah, that backfired, right? Oh yeah, Avenger. If that elephant wouldn't be tied down, definitely we'll be getting CG problems. Yeah, absolutely. It's so strange. I have good FPS. I have 65 FPS. But it's stuttery. So I have a feeling that VSync just isn't working as it should. Trying to figure out if that is possible. So even externally, trying to get the FPS synced up externally doesn't work. Really strange. Yeah, Monitos, I mean, sometimes it's a bit weird, isn't it? How sometimes politicians or, you know, other people in certain positions are coming out with such statements like really weird. So 240. Okay.
Talk Target 71 Bravo, radar services terminated, March advisory 122.8 for further climbs, yeah.
Okay, 22.8. See you next time. Qatar Cargo 7 or Bravo. Bye bye. Right, there's no traffic as far as I can see. Let's have a look here for above. So TCAS above. And traffic is on. We have weather radar here as well. Terrain we'll put here. And then let's go, I think we had 380, correct? 380. And alt intervention. There we go. So we've got thrust ref, VNAV speed, 38,000. To be honest, if anything, it will be in the responsibility of the airlines to make a certain rule. Just going to dial the master sounds down a bit. So, you know, make rules regarding clothing. Now, believe it or not, regarding employee travel, there are actually very strict rules in place. So whenever whenever I'm flying with a ticket that has been issued in terms of employee program, meaning I pay less money for it, then I have to adhere to all these company, you know, regulations, how I'm supposed to dress. And it's very strict, like I said. So especially business class and first class, there are very strict rules regarding your, you know, what to wear. Yeah. But, you know, so I'm just trying to think. So let's say an airline comes up and says to a business class passenger, so if you come there with your sweatpants, right, we won't allow you on board. I mean, that will never happen. So someone that pays, I don't know, $4,000 for a ticket, you know, they will wear whatever they like, right? Unless it's like in such a manner that would then cause, obviously, you know, it would stir up other people and then endanger the overall atmosphere safety on board, right? Then of course there are limits still, but I mean, yeah, how strange. Yeah, Nate, again, I mean, you know, you can appeal. Yeah, you can appeal. Hey, Nate, and how are you doing, Nate? Nice to see you. Hope you had a great Thanksgiving time. Same to SimCs. I hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving weekend. Yeah, so, again, you know, you can appeal to people saying, hey, think about, you know, how you dress. But, yeah, you got to be careful with that. But it's funny, I have to say, hats off to all the people that are actually showing up in their pajamas to go flying. Big respect. Especially when it's so cold outside. I mean, now let me do quickly, really quickly. I don't know why, but graphics use VSync. It's not really doing anything, is it? It's not really syncing up. It's kind of strange. What it does do, though, I mean, 30 FPS it syncs up, but not 50. Really weird. Oh, really? Yeah. Well, that's wonderful though. Let's go vertical speed here, 1,000 feet per minute. Vertical speed. But that's cool though. So we are seeing you in Lelystad.
What a pleasure has been to support the greatest flight sim streamer in the
Hey.
last 30 months. Here's to another 30.
Lewis, thank you so much. Lewis Daniel coming in with a 30 months resub. Thank you so much, Lewis, and thank you so much for the kind words as well. To another 30, yes indeed. And Toba, hello to you as well. TV Revenger, hello. Well, I mean, we took about an hour to get everything prepared. Still negotiating terms. My wife, I mean, I said to my wife, you know, if you want to come along, feel free. But she said, nah, you know, flight simming stuff, nah, it's all right. All good. So she didn't want to join. Cool. Let's do a quick check here for the cruise phase. So let's go VNAV. So we have VNAV speed, LNAV, all working. Let's have a look at the fuel page. Yeah, 18.5. Progress estimating at 11.7, and we had 6.6 minimum. So remember that we wanted to have, so a quick look here at the briefing, flight plan overview. Yeah, so we did want to arrive, according to the flight plan, at 6.6 min diversion, and then extra is about 25 minutes. So I'm going to check now how busy it is flying inbound. Let's look at VATSIM radar. And later, you two will be staying with friends for a couple of weeks, so it might just slip away that weekend. Nice, yeah, cool. I'm still planning, so if anything works out, I may fly there with some of the community members. See if that works out. Well, October. So it's one of those discussions. If you look at the total carbon dioxide emissions and have a look how much of the complete value is related to air travel, then you're already seeing that it's a very small part of the overall carbon dioxide emissions. But I agree that there are certain forms of aviation and certain forms of airline flying that are obviously well, you have to ask yourself, how come these tickets can be so cheap, right? Those ticket prices. And if those cheap ticket prices then actually make people fly more because it's so freaking cheap, right? One of my favorite examples is that people saying that if you, let's say you're flying from Berlin to Paris, then people will opt very often to fly in the morning for cheap price, first flight to Paris, and then in the evening they will fly back again to Berlin. They would not stay overnight because the hotels are so expensive there, and so it's a day trip for them, right? It's exciting, right? So quick Saturday day trip to Paris. You got some cool stuff to tell your friends, right? But I mean, in the end, if that ticket costs like 200 or 300 euros, then the question is, would they do it? Probably not. But if the ticket only costs 50 euros, well, that's when you create a certain demand for travel, which normally wouldn't be created. And then things become more questionable regarding, travel, environment, etc. Right? But for me personally, I've never felt bad flying aircraft. It's a form of transportation, and in my opinion, it actually serves to a certain extent some very meaningful things like getting people to fly and visit other countries, expand their horizon, right? Make people aware and more understandable of different cultures, right? I think that's very important. Or be able to visit friends, relatives in distant places, right? But yeah, indeed, certain short haul flights. Also, I agree with that. TV, questionable, right? But then the thing is, and I've just mentioned my trip with the German railway system to from here. I didn't want to take the car. I just said, well, it makes more sense to take a train going to Lübeck, which by car is about 3 hours, 3 hours drive. But I said, no, we leave the car at home and then we just take the train, right? In principle, good idea, but first of all, the train was about 20 minutes late arriving in Hamburg, which was okay. But then we had to change trains, and the next train didn't actually go because they were actually then suddenly repairing stuff on the tracks to Lübeck, so that the whole, well, at least the first half was sealed off, so there's no trains going there. So we had to go and take a bus, or actually we took the underground, to then walk for about 3 to 4 kilometers in that town to get to the railway station. So in all, it's so annoying again. So that's what I'm saying. If you can make sure, like in France, the railway system in France, to my understanding, is fantastic. Right? It's reliable, it's fast, it's punctual. Then of course, you wouldn't need short haul flying, right? But I understand people saying that, from Hamburg to Munich, let's say, they would rather fly than take a German train. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, well, Bruno, the question is, how cheap are the flight tickets? But if you take everything into account, let's say you take, getting to the airport, finding a parking spot, checking in, getting to the gate, boarding, flying, deboarding, picking up the luggage, etc., right? So if you take the whole travel time, I guess the train maybe would take a little bit more time, yes, but surely the difference wouldn't be 2.5 hours. It would be more like maybe 1.5 hours or 1 hour, right? So cool. We are over at Ambas. Let's have a quick look here. Ambas. So that's 21 minutes after departure. You've got 22 minutes. We've got 17.7 tons of fuel. We should have 13.2 plus the extra, which is about 3 tons, wasn't it? Yeah, 3 tons. So we should have 16.2, and we have 17.7. So excellent. More fuel than required. So Tober, I mean, I can't make that call for you. So if you have serious doubts and serious thoughts about, you know, your conscience and the environment, then don't do it. I mean, you know, like I said, you know, I've always had the mindset that I'm serving a purpose flying airliners. You know, connecting people around the world, and but yeah, I mean, unless, you know, at some point they find a alternative fueling method, you know, which is more carbon friendly, then yeah, again, it's your call, Tober. I can't make that call for you. Yeah. Oh, really? They offer fast track security on those flights. So yeah, but Bruno, do you know how expensive the tickets are? So, you know, comparing the train tickets to the flight tickets. So we have an hour, 15 minutes left. Is it really? So, okay, so that explains a lot, doesn't it? So if the ticket prices for the flights are pretty much the same as a train ticket, then of course train tickets, or the train system has an issue, right? In Germany, I would say that normally in Germany, because of all the extra taxes and, you know, security fees, etc., flying should be at least double or triple the price of train. Although the train tickets often aren't cheap either. So, yeah. Really, shortest flight you've been on is Faro to Lisbon. Good God. Yeah, and Tober, I would say, if you look at, I mean, one thing that's obviously speaking against the environmental aspect with regards to aviation is, of course, the exponential growth, you know, aviation has seen over the last 50 years. So that's why there's definitely a lot more flights, a lot more carbon dioxide emissions, right? No doubt. But the fuel required by the engines has really dropped over the last, let's say, 10 to 15 years. So, of course, it hasn't offset, you know, the plus in emissions because those flights, more flights taking that part. But I mean, the fuel flow, so the fuel burn of these engines have come down quite tremendously as well. Yeah, Winky. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Hey, Collimator, how are you? Okay, so Collimator, what you need to do is actually need to switch on the radios. So you have power, where you have to switch on the power first of all, and then it's hard to see here, but you can see on this side. So you have flight and you have cabin. Now, for the ground crew, you have to call flight. While for the load master, you have to press the cabin button, which is a bit weird. But what I would suggest, and I have not done it here yet because the last update has reset my settings, there is a setting here. If you go to crew interaction and voice, you can actually turn off the crew voice communications, and that means you can then actually use the external services, the ground services, just simply pressing the menu buttons here. But if you do want to use the voice, then leave that active, and then like I said, you would actually either have to go in flight or cabin menu, and then use this MCDU here, and then go to the corresponding prompt, ground crew, load master, etc. Right. Yeah, welcome, Kalimata. Yeah, so Tober, again, it's just my view, and I may have somewhat a basic view sometimes of the whole economy, but if you look at our economic system, transportation obviously these days, being in a globalized world, plays a huge part. So be it ships, be it trains, be it lorries, trucks, or be it aircraft. So aviation is just one part of the whole network regarding transportation. But I think it's fair to say that certain goods are prioritized to be shipped via aircraft, right? Because of the faster shipping times and usually more reliable, connections. So, if at some point, 286, at some point, we get some other means of transportation, some other means of fuel to power these transportation means.
¿Me puedes repetir transporte, por favor? Emeritos Londres, perdón.
1227, 1227.
1227 para el 213.
Bogota Control, good afternoon from Qatar Cargo 71 Bravo Heavy, level 380.
Qatar Cargo 71 Bravo Heavy, alert, radar contact level 380. Due to letter of agreement, you should fly to an odd flight level. I have a level 370 or 390.
In this case, we would appreciate 390, Qatar Cargo 71 Bravo.
71 Bravo, level 390.
Okay, climbing level 390, Qatar Cargo 71 Bravo. Oh, there we go. So let's. So 390 vertical speeds.
Bravo, plataforma de inclusión, edificio 4,
Bogotá Control, buenas tardes, Wind 7994, nivelado 360. Tengo 7994, muy buenas tardes, código transponder 1213.
Unable to find view ID 32.
Nice.
Unable to find view ID 32.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard the Captain Black Box Infotainment Experience. New subscribers
Oh, that's really kind. And then the new member.
first class. Thank you.
Hartsku, thank you so much for the Twitch Prime. Big round of applause. That's really kind of you supporting the channel. Thank you so much for that. Here's Alt. Let's go back to VNAV. And I did press the Alt intervention. There we go. Now we got 390. So VNAV path. So here in the Boeing aircraft, what you want to do is make sure that you fly in the path mode as much as you can. So that's pretty much like alt cruise or managed descent, managed climb in the Airbus. because that way the aircraft uses the cost index and the calculations, so speed calculations, optimum level calculations, to make the flight, you know, economical. So exactly what we've just been discussing, right? Let me get the camera on it. Yeah. Let's go this way a bit more. There you go. Thomas asks, what do you think about AI taking over pilot jobs? I'm becoming a helicopter pilot, but I'm scared by the time I get my commercial license, all the jobs will be taken. We had a longer discussion about this some time ago, like you know, 2-3 months ago, where I was asking people who were actually much more knowledgeable regarding AI than I am. We have some very skilled and, you know, educated people here that are in the, you know, environment regarding AI. So what they told me was that the predictions and, you know, the dooms saying right now is obviously exaggerated. I asked them, you know, I heard, as an example, I heard that there's people saying 90% of all the jobs will be done by AI in 2030, which is like 4 years away from now. And I just find that unbelievable. And they were saying it's just one of those typical, you know, quotes where, again, you know, some experts, some humans are thinking, you know, just too far ahead, right? It's a difficult topic, and I am not educated enough to make a, you know, a well analyzed, you know, comment how or where we will stand in 4 to 5 years time regarding AI, especially then when it comes to you know, pilot jobs. I think in general it's difficult to predict, but you know, right now what we're seeing is that one of the bigger issues I saw was the single pilot concept, right, which was heavily subsidized by the EASA in Europe, but they've pulled the plug on that, which surprised me. So right now they have no plans to expedite or, you know, to subsidize any developments into you know, single pilot concepts right now. The industry may still go forward on that, but EASA has said for now that they don't think it's an option to have single pilot airline operations. Right, so hence, yeah, I don't know. You know, like I said, it's difficult to predict. I wish I could predict it, but I can't. So, yeah, Mauritius, I saw that as well, right? AI is costing a lot of money because all the server farms they have to build, the electricity it takes, etc. So a lot of costs, but very little of these companies are making a profit from it. Right? Yeah, that as well. The circular. So these companies kind of you know, subsidizing each other's, and it's just, you know, it's just no real output, no profit really. Yeah, I mean, yeah, and Gillen, the thing is though, you know, so many things in the past have changed and been forced by pure cold, you know, profit and loss calculations, right? So they were saying, like, if we do this, if we implement this new procedure, we risk having, let's say, one fatal accident per 10 years more. Well, as sad as it is, but we think that is a acceptable level, right, regarding safety. So the question then is, okay, where's the point? Where do you say this is acceptable and this is unacceptable? So how many deaths are you willing to accept? While, you know, normally you would say 0. Right? We should always aim, regarding safety, to have no fatalities. Now, we all know that's not possible. That is just simply not possible. There will always be accidents. But right now, we have an extremely high safety level regarding aviation. Right? High terrain around us. So, you know, it's not surprising that you may have some powers trying to argue that we could implement some other things, like let's say, you know, single pilot concept, where you have you will have more accidents, you will have more fatal accidents, right? But compared to the overall amount of flights, it's still going to be extremely low, right? But then we start a discussion, you know, is that morally acceptable, right? And in my opinion, it isn't, right? Because you're putting money over human lives, right? And I would never make that call. I would never be in a board that, you know, that would have to make such a decision, right? But yeah, I mean, these discussions, you know, they are there. They're happening, and they will continue to happen in the future. Hey, Bremen Tower, how are you? Yes, yeah, and the question then is, so Bremen Tower, the question is, what makes aviation, you know, be at the safety level that we have right now? Right, so, and that's not easy answer. That's not easy question to answer. I mean, because there's so many things going into a safe operation. You know, continuous safe operation of airliners. And yes, it costs money. It costs lots of money, right? But I'm happy that we've been on a path over the last 50 years where continuously we've seen accident rates come down, right? So, so any decisions, any plans that would make that curve go up again, in my opinion, is just not acceptable, right? But that's just me. Yeah, exactly, Ali. So, you know, if you go now, if you use a, you know, ChatGPT or however it's called for Microsoft, Google, etc., right? Sometimes the answers you get are really weird. And as an example, I asked ChatGPT a question about the A320. About the autoland system, and I knew I had the official Airbus flight crew operating manual, which clearly said that you cannot do autoland with this failure. But ChatGPT said, "Oh yeah, you can land. You can do autoland with that," right? And I said, no, well, you can't. You're wrong. Right. So, yeah, you know, in general terms, at the moment at least, with simple things, sure, right? But when it comes more technical and safety related, another example, you know, if you show ChatGPT a picture of a mushroom and ask ChatGPT, is that safe to eat? And ChatGPT says, yeah, you can eat that. Would you eat it? I mean, I think that's risky, right? So, yeah. Context, Kilo, we talk about, the question really was AI taking over, you know, many jobs. And if a young person these days opts to become an airline pilot right now, would they run a risk of being, you know, laid off at some point because AI is taking over the pilot jobs? That was the question, right? At the moment, yeah, I would say the same, right? I would say at the moment it is a fancy chatbot, right? It's, you know, if the data it has is good, you're going to get good answers. If the data it has aren't very deep, right? Not very, you know, thorough, then you're going to get some bad answers. Hey, Rusty Moonshine, do you recommend gliding certificate before pilot certificate? I don't think it's necessary. But in general, glider flying is fantastic. It's a lot of fun. It's a fairly inexpensive way of flying. And I think it gives you personally some great improvements for your character. It can really lift your self-esteem. It can teach you some valuable lessons. But it's not necessary if you want to become a pilot. The same for PPL. Hey, Insane Base. Yeah. Yeah, Thomas, my pleasure. My pleasure. Yeah. So, Kilo, I mean, that's what I say as well. You know, which jobs are not at risk, you know, in the future. So, yeah. Okay, Ali, well, that's sad then, isn't it? Yeah. They worked on something that then replaced their job. Yeah. Guys, let me, before we start the descent, we got about an hour, or even less, 55 minutes. Let me quickly, before I get behind the aircraft again, let me quickly talk about Bogota Airport, because it is a very challenging airport to fly in and out of. And I'm going to show you some interesting facts and figures there. So let's have a look. Airport. Right, so first of all we can see it has a dual runway layout, parallel runway system, 3,800 meters, both of them, each long. 1432, and I think the latest weather, let me just check my, oh, that's gone. The 8 I don't have it here. Okay.
confirma el número, Mac.
Good. So we have. What time is it? It's about an hour old. Let me see. Do I have a new time? Right. Yeah, Bogota Tower is still online, and let's see. So we have still vicinity showers, 19 degrees. QNH is 1026, and runway 14 is still in use, and the wind is 290 at 9. So that's interesting. Because that means we have quite a substantial tailwind component for the 14s. Now you may ask yourself, okay, so why are they landing 14s if the wind clearly is for 32s? Well, they will use the 14s up to certain tailwind component. I would say about 10 knots, and then when it gets stronger than that, they may change to runway 32. Now, the thing is that the ILS approaches, you can see they allow you to do a fairly normal profile down, and then 3 degrees. But you can see already here the missed approach takes you on a left turn away from the rising terrain to the east, right? So I could imagine if departures would be more favorable 3-2s, while arrivals is going to be 1-4s. And if you then decide to fly runway 32, obviously you cannot fly ILS approaches because of the high terrain in the east. So what you have RMP approaches, and these are challenging. And I mean, I don't want to upset anyone, but if you start doing these approaches on an event, then there will be lots of go-rounds. There will be lots of go-rounds. Personally, I would love to see. Yeah, this would be my favorite. So the whiskey, RMP whiskey approach 3 to left, because that's so beautiful. Right over the city. That would be great. But like I said, it's it's a challenge, and that's why they would try to use the 1-4s as long as they can. One thing I want to do as well is let me get both runways. So I have both runways available. So we have the 1-4 right, as well as the 1-4 left. So currently I have the 1-4 right programmed. Oh, sorry, the 1-4 left programmed on route 1. So let me do a route copy, and then route 2. Sorry, departure arrival route 2. I'm going to put in the ILS Zulu 1-4 right, also via Amves. Okay. So now later on, should we get the other approach, I can simply go in heading mode, activate the route 2, and then synchronize the waypoints again. And so that's like on the Airbus with route copy, and be able to have that. One of the biggest challenges for the Bogota arrival is the performance, obviously. So this is actually something you would do prior to departure. So you would make sure, with the expected environmental conditions, that you can actually land, and you know, in case of engine failure, still go around and climb safely. So we have two cases that we have to take care of now: is the stopping performance, but also the engine out performance is something we would have to check, right? Now here in the calculator, we can have a look if we get any gradient for this approach, but I doubt it. So I'm going to calculate with wet runway, and the wind was 290. Well, let me have a look if I can get a more current ATIS. So that at the moment is still information golf. And I'm not. Oh, actually, I'm getting. Yeah, it's still golf. So that's over an hour old. Interesting. So 290 at 9. Just make sure I have the right values there. Yeah, 290. But the good thing is temperature, because it's a very high elevation airport, 8,000 feet, right? That's why the temperature obviously is a little bit lower there. So temperature is 19. And the QNH is 1026. So that helps as well. High pressure. The landing weight, currently we're weighing 204 tons, and we're going to burn approximately another 3. So I'm going to calculate with a 201.5. Oh, hang on. Yeah. Still on takeoff. Yeah, I know. I'm just seeing it. Show landing. There we go. It's a difficult job. It really is difficult. So runway. We'll take one for left first of all. We're going to have to calculate both runways, obviously. So 19.026. And then we'll add 5 knots for calculations. Reverser, both active. We use flap 30. We're going to try to get the. Hey, now, Nick. We're going to try to get the speed down as much as possible. And we'll have auto brake 3. Let's calculate that. So with auto brake 3, it gives us 2,473 meters. And so that's fine. We have 3,800. That's enough margin. So that will be flap 30 auto brake 3. Let's do 1 for right as well. Same deal. No problem, right? So the stopping performance for landing is no issue, but of course, you know, if we had an engine failure, had to go around, that would be very challenging. What you could do, theoretically, is go to show takeoff again, and let's do a flap 15, because that will be the missed approach flap setting. If we had a very late engine failure, then no, sorry, flaps 20. I was just thinking something's wrong. Flaps 20 would be for missed approach. So 30 landing, and then 20 for go around. So that's what we would do now. We'll go with takeoff. We'll take that out, full power. And let's calculate that. So we can see that if I interpret that correct, that's the maximum weight we could take off with.
Go ahead. 772, said you're closing. Cruising level, it's 360 and
Yeah. So definitely that's the weight we should be able to take off with. So that's of course a case where you're on the ground accelerating, so you'll be lifting off a lot later. So for me, in these conditions today, if we're actually in the air already at the speed for the missed approach, going around flaps 20 should be no issue.
Again, arrival for echo, and we are ready anytime.
Okay, there we go. There's some rain showers nearby. Nothing major though. A little bit of echoes there. But that was alright. Cool.
La Perú 6372 Charlie Alpha Golf a plataforma posición 15.
So then we do the arrival. So we're currently planning the ISVAT 4, sorry, not the ISVAT, the where was it? Hold on. The ILSEF. So we don't want that.
Bogotá Control, muy buenas tardes, Tayanca 9772, frecuencia, establecido nivel de vuelo 240, solicitaríamos continuar con nuestro ascenso.
Ah, there we go. ILSEF 4 Echo. There we go. So that's the arrival we're planning right now. So so we have ILSEF 18,000 above, and we have very high transition levels. So 18,000 feet QNH. And Nanak, thank you so much for the 65 months. Nanak, thank you. Nanak. Hope you're doing well. There we've got Bravo Oscar 804, 220 below, max 270. Correct. Parpet 250 knots, 18,000 at. Then 250, 250, 250, 18,000 all the way around. All the way around until we get to top key, 18,000. And then Bravo Oscar, oops, Bravo Oscar 885 does not have an altitude restriction anymore. So we have a sector of 13,100. And then Amves 13,000 at and 230 knots. Correct. So that's all correctly programmed. Should we fly the 1-4 left approach, Amves, Bogota VOR, we have to cross 12,000. Then 195 knots as well. Says that here. Then we have the 4.8 from Bogota, or 8.2 from the Alestini. 10,800. Then we have the final fix at 10,000 feet. That's 5 miles from the ILS. We have a 3 degree down. 1-4 left misapproach point. And the misapproach is Vurko, left Guksun, and then we go to Zulu India Papa climbing 14,000. Although we have to be Guksun 12,000 or above. Yeah, at or above. So we're climbing 14,000. All correctly programmed. So let me just look at my notes that I made regarding Bogota. Now, high terrain, obviously, descent via clearance, so descent via. So they could tell us descent via the Invest as the ILSEF for Echo arrival. All right. However, we have to be ready that at any time we could get direct to Amves. So we may get a huge shortcut at some point. So we have to be ready for that. And a strict adherence to speed restrictions is expected as well.
You have an Airbus A320 to up of
High elevation, low density. That means higher true airspeed, which then will relate to higher ground speed, especially with the tailwind. Yeah, preferential runway 14 left and right, even with tailwind. And 14 left would be preferred. Cool. Nice echo there for the weather. So there is some weather 80 miles ahead of us.
5501 en contacto radar, continúa en su decisión para nivel de vuelo 340 más.
Alright, let's go below.
Va a mantener Mach 80 inferior en crucero.
Oh, we have a new 80s hotel. 280 at 10. Showers vicinity 18 degrees and 1025. Now I'm going to pre-dial that here. 1025. 1025 pre-selected. The minimums before I forget. So minimums ILS 14 left is Delta 8600. So actually let's say 8580. Yep. Well, it has a nice acceleration, so it's not too bad. But yeah, normally that will be a lot of scrolling you have to do. Oops.
Yeah, both worker to 3000.
There you go. 8. 8580. Minimum is set. We'll do a recall check. Recall is clear. Also, for the checklist, we're going to check the notes.
Unable to find view ID 9.
There's no notes here. Fantastic. And we set going to be orbit 3. Right, so after landing, we'll vacate the runway and we will vacate Alpha 8 or Alpha 6, whatever is convenient. Get the instructions. And there's several hot spots, obviously, so keep the eyes open. Special threats, we just mentioned a couple, right? High altitude. So higher true airspeed, higher ground speed, turn radius is longer. Performance, so the engine power will feel a little bit less. So we have to plan ahead a bit more, right? So even, you know, things like thrust reduction or speed reduction. Yeah, so think ahead. Weather-wise, I don't see too many threats, just rain. Landing performance is fine. We're not that heavy. Anything I've missed? Anything you can think of? Yeah, we could do some RATNAV as well. So we can take Bogota. So it's Bogota and Zulu India Papa for the missed approach. 14.7 is set. Beacons I don't see. Let's pre-dial. So here we've got the ILS 11.3, 135 inbound, correct. So that's all correct. Fantastic. Cool. So now before we start descent, let's do the descent checklist. Recall checked. Notes checked. Auto brake. Oh, sorry, descent. First of all, descent items. Flaps 30, auto brake 3. We'd have to call that out first. There we go. So order break 3, landing data, VREF 137, minus bar 8580 feet, and the approach briefing completed. Descent checklist complete. And now 40 miles to go for the descent. And again, we have to be ready for a direct to Anves. So potentially the track mileage could be shortened quite considerably. All right. So at any point here, we may get a direct.
Oceanic 588, clear to Bogota, Beatrix 2 Alpha departure, runway 02, flight level 360, squawk 1601.
Nice. Yes, sir, Jacob. Good question. So our company has already added onto that minimums and taken into account that you may dip for a short period below that. So they made sure that there's no obstacles that you're going to hit. But there is airlines that add 50 feet maybe. Yeah, I'm aware of that. Our company didn't do that. Our company made sure that obstacle clearance is always available. Jacob, yes. I mean, if you say you have the RMP AR, you can fly it. You know, it's VATSIM. It's not 100% real life, so yeah, they would do that, yeah.
You will maintain. Sorry, can you please confirm the speed you will maintain on descent?
At this point, it would be quite high. We want to match the constraint at
he's climbing.
So we're at 90 on clearance.
Roger, maintain 250 knots on descent due to traffic.
Oh, Drasna, I honestly, it depends. It depends on your preferences. So if you're really into good visuals, you know, ease of installation and maintenance, and don't really care too much about you know, proper aerodynamic simulation, then go with Microsoft FlightSim. But if you really care about real world aerodynamics and, you know, proper flight feel, then you know, then it's going to be X-Plane. So the only issue I have with X-Plane is the you know, even though if you have good FPS, you kind of get a laggy kind of you know, scenery sometimes. But that's just the way it is. Qatar Cargo 71 Bravo requesting descent.
Qatar Cargo 71 Bravo, descent maintain level 250.
Descent maintainable 250, Qatari Cargo 7 Bravo. Right, 250 it is. We'll do that with VNAV, alt intervention. Let's start slowly down. So it's going to be a kind of a short descent. Now, one thing though, so VNAV, in these Boeing aircraft, what you want to do is have a look at the ecom descent speeds. And then obviously normally it would be 250 below 10,000. It doesn't allow me that. Does it allow this?
Colombia 4698, comuniqué con Curazao, frecuencia 119,8.
But yeah.
La Colombia 4906, La Colombia 4968.
Just to check my Navigraph on the iPad. Have a look at the grid altitudes right now. So grid is 15,000. So 15,000 is the highest grid altitude around us. So 25,000 is safe. Oh, the one below? Let me try. But wouldn't that be right now? Who knows? Maybe it does that now. We'll see.
Gemini 2398 on your right flying 115.
Yeah, so the thing is that the autobrake 3 isn't really that high of a setting. So for me, high settings are 4 and max, obviously. But 3... So the 787 as an example, if you set in the real aircraft autobrake 2, then the deceleration was actually really slow. So 3 was literally something you would do. Now, you should not be fooled by the fact that even though it does show long runways, you have to realize you're operating at an altitude of 8,400 feet almost. So you have a lot higher true airspeed and a lot higher ground speeds. Okay, so once we approach level 250, we'll call approach 119.5. Thank you, Qatari Cargo 71 Bravo. Right, so it's going to pre-dial 19.5. I don't want to call them there. Yeah, I mean, the only thing, you know, you can try for... Isn't it to explain for free for a certain time? There's a trial, right? You could try it and have a look. So if you want to have these kind of scenery tiles, right? So like I said, you use map enhancement. That always is a bit heavier on your system. So you could try, you know, to see you know how heavy that is. So Excellent does have a demo, right? Yeah. Maybe you can try that. Hey, Cargo Pilot, wie geht's? Yeah, Jalen, that as well. Yeah, you may have you know somewhat poor brake connections in the Sims with 2. Yeah. Oh yeah, so Jacob, be aware, if you're using auto brake in combination with thrust reverse, so anything like 1, 2, 3, 4 auto brake, you will not have a difference in landing distance if you use reverse or not, because all the reverse thrust does, it takes away some of the braking force for the wheels, because the auto brake setting is always trying to achieve a certain deceleration G-load, right? So the system doesn't care where the braking force is coming from, reverse or brakes, spoilers. It cares about how many meters per square second squared you have as a deceleration rate that you pre-dialed. Hey, forward, good wie geht's hier? I guess Christmas, busy time for you guys. So I can see we're supposed to be 220 below here. Yeah, but that's fine. I'm just going to get those next frequencies. That's approach, information hotel. And again, we have to be ready for a shortcut at any time. Yes, that's the same of the Airbus, yeah. The Airbus, low or medium, you are setting a certain deceleration rate. Right, a certain G load for deceleration. That's why when you have, let's say, medium to poor brake connection, the system understands that your wheel force gets a lot less, and hence the rest of the braking force coming from the spoilers and the reverse thrust is actually less. That then suddenly starts to increase your landing distance requirements quite heavily.
Cargo 71 Bravo approach.
Yes, approach, good evening from Qatar Cargo 71 Bravo. Out of 289 to saying 250, we have information, hotel.
Qatar Cargo 71 Bravo, good afternoon. Continue descend 18,000, expect ILS Yankee 14 left, actually 14 right. And yeah, that's about it.
Okay, descending 18,000, QNH 125, and we're expecting the ILS Yankee 14 right, Qatar Cargo 71 Bravo. Right.
That's correct.
So Yankee, so even though we prepared...
233 crossing Ambers, Tower 118.1.
So now that I have to prepare a new approach anyways, I'm going to do it on the Route 1, okay? So it's going to be the Yankee 14 right. There it is. Still on the ILSEF for Echo Amvest transition. And we'll execute that. And then we have to go direct again to Bravo Oscar 804. Activate.
71 Bravo after crossing Papet, fly direct Ambis.
After Puppet, we'll fly direct to Amvest. Thank you. Qatari Cargo 71 Bravo. So interesting, it's now... Why is it not giving me... Hang on, let me go heading select and LNAV again. Right, now we got LNAV. And now we got thrust idle VNAV path. Now, cool. Also, we just got the clearance, Puppet and then Amvest. Like I was saying before, that we have... the possibility of getting a big shortcut. There it is. Let's execute that. Track miles is now 70, but we only have to lose 15, about 17,000 feet because of that high elevation. No, that's just Tolis, GamerTube. Yeah, that's Tolis issue with the... Yeah, you can't take that as realistic, no. Cargo Pilot just came back from the Bremer Weihnachtsmarkt. Nice. Seatbelts on. Let's get some lights on already. So I was on the Lübeck Weihnachtsmarkt. Really beautiful. Oh, in your town. Small but nice. Excellent. Excellent, excellent. Nice.
72, continue descend 13,000, clear ILS approach.
So the Yankee ILS, let me get the chart out really quickly for the Yankee ILS. So I can ditch that. I can ditch that. And I can ditch that. And then I can have a look at the Yankee 14.
71 Bravo, reporting the speed.
Indicated 287, Qatar Cargo 7 or Bravo.
Ladder 772 reporting indicated speed.
Indicated is 250 knots, ladder sunset.
Qatar Cargo 71 Bravo, are you able to reduce 250?
Yeah, if no problem. Reduce the speed 25 knots indicated, Qatar Cargo 7 1 Bravo.
Thank you.
So speed intervention 250. Give us the speed brakes out to help with the reduction there. And I'm going to try to leave it in VNAV descent. So VNAV speed descent. Cool. Alright. So, we were saying that we've got to check the missed approach now. I don't know exactly what the difference is. Speed brakes back in. I don't know the difference between the two approaches, Yankee and Zulu. It doesn't matter. Just make sure that we have the Yankee chart 14 right, and again, just make sure that we have the same limitations. So we have Amvest 13,000, 230 knots. Then we go to Utmam 12,000 above, correct. Then we go Bravo Oscar 612 12,000. It's a 3-degree slope down. Minimum's 8620. So I have to change that. 8620 for the minimums. Oops. Yeah, it is. I know, right? Here in the X-plane, it's weird. Yeah, it's showing that traffic. Yeah. Yeah. It is. Yeah. Good. So new minimum 8620 is set. 3% climb gradient is fine with us. That's good. And so the missed approach is going to be 14 right, then 680, max 185. Then we have 682, max 215, 684, then Guvim, max 230, and back to Amves. And we are climbing up to 13,000 feet. Correct. So that's all correct programmed. Fantastic. Good. High terrain coming up. Cool. Excellent. 250 knots on path. That looks all right. 1,000 feet to go. Let's change that to 1025. 1025. And 1025. Set. Approach checklist. Altimeters. Connection 1025. Approach checklist complete. 1,000 feet. The slope angle on the charts there, you'll see it here. Glide slope 3 degrees. In the text there. Yep, welcome. Yeah, the roadmap for X-Plane. So they were saying 12.4 is going to be an update, some system update for the A330, some cleanup stuff.
71 Bravo, continue descend 13,000, clear ILS approach, runway 14 right.
Descend 13,000, cleared for the ILS Yankee 14 right. Qatar Cargo 7 or Bravo. Good, 13,000. So I have selected flight change speed and so to get back on path. Get a bit of speed brakes out. Cool. There we go.
Bogotá, aproximación, muy buenas tardes, LAN Colombia 4241, el descenso para iniciar 250 vía CF4 Bravo, con información alfa a bordo.
Yeah, so one thing, guys, so the FPS, again, I've got like 50 to 60 FPS in X-Plane 12, which is fine. It's just VSync doesn't work properly. It's broken at the moment. So, unfortunately, you do not have the option to have like a fluid simulation, which is a shame. So you have these lags. Hey, Fish Cup, wie geht's dir? Doing well.
71 Bravo, you can cancel the speed restriction now at your discretion.
Okay, speed under discretion, Qatari Cargo 7 Bravo, thank you. Right, obviously there's... The holding is for the missed approach, although I'm not sure why it has the holding in there. So there we go. Right, ILS India Alpha Delta Oscar. So Fish Cup, we were talking about, I was talking about Lelystad, and that if everything goes well, we're planning to fly there with a nice GA aircraft. And Fish Cup, I hope you're doing well. I know you've had some tough time. Yeah, I hope you're well. Let's get the 10 miles to go, 13,000. That's fine. Start to reduce the speed. Speed brakes in. Yes, and of course, I mean, one thing I have to admit is that, you know, I'm using a 4K screen, right? So this is 4K. But again, I'm not complaining about FPS in general. I'm just saying that I would rather limit my FPS to 50 and have VSync work properly, because then everything would be very fluid on the screen. But Again, that's just not working. Got the localizer indicating. Here comes flaps 1. Speed is checked, flaps 1. Nice sounds. Cool. 1,000 feet to go. So I'm going to make 13,000 until Amves, and then we'll descend 12,000. The tower is 18.1. Let's pre-dial that, 18.1. Yes, so Fish. Oh, wait, good news. I got my medical. 18.1. Thanks a lot, Qatari Cargo 7. Bravo. So yeah, I've got my license still. Got my medical 1. Planning to have the IFR still valid as well. So now we're going to go down 12,000 here. Bogota, good evening from Qatari Cargo 7 Bravo Heavy for the ILS 14 right Yankee.
Qatar Cargo 71 Bravo, Lora Tower, good evening. Continue approach to runway 14 right, sorry.
Continue approach 14 right. Copied Qatari Cargo 7 Bravo. So 135 inbound course. Now here comes the localizer. I'm going to intercept the localizer now. Here's lock, but just make sure that we're still, following the correct path here. And you can see the high terrain around us. And then you get into that valley. And then you have the city in the background there, and then that high terrain on the other side. So 12,000 above, 12,000 for the final intercept.
Tower, we got 412, only short runway 14 left.
The Alpha 12, say again.
Could be midday. Yeah, so maybe I should say good afternoon.
412.
Say again, please.
Viva 412, holding short 14 left.
Good. 12,000. Got to press the approach button. Glide slope armed. Flaps 5. And flaps 5 it is. So currently no wind. And at 12,000. You can see that due to the terrain there.
Line up and wait, runway 14 left.
Line up, wait, 14 left, Viva 412.
Nice. So the glide slope should be here at 612, which is 11.3 degrees. 11.3. So you've got 12.3, 1 mile to go. Glide slope is alive. Then pre-dial missed approach, 13,000. Set. See the runway. Beautiful. Look at the terrain. And Bogota city in the background there. Nice.
4772, contact depart, sorry, approach on 1.
Could be the case, yeah. So cabin altitude above 8,000 feet, so maybe that's why it's showing up, yeah. That could be the case. So we're in the glide slope, 13,000 missed approach is set. Now, will it complain? 15 now, flaps 15. Just adding a bit more drag. Let's get the speed down. And you can see right now, look at the ground speed. So indicated 185, but ground speed 220. That's why it needs more than 1,000 feet per minute right now to stay on the glide path. So now we'll see if the speed is going down. And again, 8.5. So we're 3,000 feet above the ground. Or 2,500 now. Let's get the gear down. Start slowing down. Speed brake armed. Flaps 20.
Torre, buenos días, el Airline 451 Alfa, rodando Alfa 3 y Alfa.
And flaps 30. Plus 5. Oh, where's my... Oh, because... Yeah.
Continuamos Alfa 13.4511 y nos confirma.
So 137 is still correct, so I'm going to port 142.
En etiqueta lo tengo como Tokio 1 Sierra.
Landing checklist. Landing checklist complete. All that's missing now is the...
Qatar 71 Bravo, runway 14 right, winds 280 degrees 10 knots, clear to land.
Clear to land 14 right, Qatari Cargo 71 Bravo.
B1412, runway 14 left, winds 280
So, manual
degrees
flights.
10 knots, clear to
Let's see how we land this thing. Hey, 777 driver.
Take up the 412.
Avianca 9552, poste de corrección detrás del tráfico en carrera de despegue, posición y mantenga detrás.
Caution, terrain.
There's a lot of power. There we go, now we got you. Clear to land. Wind is calm. At least on my display, so... Oh no! I may have a confession to make, guys. I don't think I'm on live weather. Oh no. Oh, I messed about with something prior to the stream this afternoon.
500.
But maybe, hang on, but the altimeter looks okay.
400.
We'll see. Maybe I have the live weather. I'm not sure. I'm not entirely sure.
300.
B412, contact departure 119.5.
But the wind.
119.5.
119.5, B412.
100.
Hello, Torre, buenas tardes. Emirates 213 al momento. En localizador y el de Yankee 114 izquierda. Corrección.
Happy with that.
Emirates 213.
Speed brakes up.
Aproximación 14 izquierda.
Reverse normal. Deceleration.
Continuamos aproximación 14 izquierda.
It just has nothing to do with the goal. Shh. We don't tell anyone, guys. That's a good deceleration. I would say that's accurate for auto brake 3, so that's fine. Right, reverse get closed. Auto brake off. The center line, yeah, is a bit drunk. That's true. Happy with that landing. Probably good for a replay, right? Or 2 or 3. Now we don't have live weather because the altimeter doesn't match up. Ah, I hate it when it doesn't go back to automatic live weather. That sucks. So ground is 2275. Bogota ground, good afternoon from Qatari Cargo 71 Bravo, just I hit it.
Creo que para la Whiskey para Spirit Winds 863.
Spirit Winds 863, Bravo.
Sí, creo que para la Whiskey para Spirit Winds 863.
What?
Ok, me confirma. ¿Es montaña cerca o montañas lejos?
Mis montañas están lejos para 863.
So we have to park, I think, over here. Cargo area.
En ese caso, entonces, vía Charlie, Bravo 6, posterior Bravo. Por su
Yeah,
derecha,
136, not too
November,
bad.
Alfa por su izquierda, Alfa 314 izquierda, QNH 1025.
La pista 14 izquierda, Charlie, Bravo 6, posterior para la Bravo, November Alfa, Alfa 3 para Spirit Winds 863.
Qatari 71 Bravo, welcome to Alderaan International, safe position to parking position.
Yeah, we would like to park at the cargo apron, Qatar Cargo 7 Bravo.
Roger that, 71 Bravo, heavy, consider taxi via Kilo and position Echo 2 cargo apron.
Okay, Kilo Echo 2 Cargo apron. Copy, thank you, Qatari Cargo 7 Bravo. So Kilo and then Echo 2, we'll find it.
Roger
Juluna, thank you. But I have to admit, somewhat easy conditions. Not having live weather. Let me do the following thing, guys, really quickly. Really quickly. Let me go. No, not this. That's how it is, IRL.
By ATC, and it's Vasil 4 uniform Vasil PML. Can you send departure by
So a bit worse. Well, not much.
I'll send you a text, thank you.
Here we can watch the taxi line there. APU should be starting. We can switch the strobe lights off, taxi lights on, turn off lights on, flaps are up, auto brake disarmed. We can set transponder TCAS off. Any tips for model matching? Yes, indeed. Use the Aveo model matching set. They have on their Aveo website, they have a download link. And that's thanks to MAN here who's flying with us. He brought that to my attention. So let me find parking stands. Oops. There we go. Echo 2 should be coming up fairly soon. Here it is, Echo 1, and that's already Echo 2. So MAN, I'm going to be parking a bit away from you, I'm afraid. So. But we got the Elephant and the Formula 1 car here in one piece, which is nice. For the next stream, which is going to start in about 10-15 minutes, we're going to be in DCS again with the C-130. And today we're dropping a Humvee. So cargo flying today, but the next flight is going to have a little bit of a twist. Payload, yeah. So the X camera has now the camera shake. So I have a plugin next on X camera. It's called. Lol, what is this? Oh, you know what? That has to have to do with the taxi cam.
America 242, we are ready for push.
I think that has to do with the taxi camera.
And start at approved
Lol.
spot 2 Charlie facing north, go when ready for taxi. Squawking Charlie and
That is funny.
push and start approved facing north.
Yeah, what the hell? I mean,
America 242.
I've never seen that before. What is... Right, let's stop here. So APU is available, APU running, and then we'll do the shutdown items.
Super Rio, buenas tardes, Emirates 213, ganando 14 izquierda, vía Alfa 8. Emirates 213, bienvenido al Dora Internacional, confirma plataforma que solicitas. Solicito plataforma internacional, Emirates 213. 213, por su derecha.
Okay, let's do the shutdown checklist.
Bravo 10 a la posición 54, le confirmo.
Amplified.
Por derecha Alfa, Bravo 10, Alfa 5, posición 54, operación, Emirates 213.
Ah, normal, there it is. Normal shutdown. So park brake set. Shutdown checklist complete. Fantastic.
Ready to copy, Lima Tango Zulu. Lima Tango Zulu, you're clear to destination.
I honestly don't know what's going on there. The scenery is nice, I have to say.
173
So this is Bogota payware scenery. It looks nice. Looks great.
Glad to document the
Unwanted.
for uniform, one for
Looks
right.
like it. And look at that. So he's departing.
Squawk 2224 Lima Tango Zulu.
And he'll be turning right very soon. There he goes. And there's he's turning already.
18.1. Copa A61.
Nice.
Bye-bye.
Cool. Let's do a replay, shall we? For that, we're going to disconnect. MAN, thank you so much for flying along. I hope you enjoy the flight. It could be time models. Yeah, I think it is MAN. Yeah. All right, let's have a quick look here. Flight, toggle replay mode, and let's have a look. So, and let's hope we don't get 3 different aircraft now. There we go. Let's do a tower view first of all. Come on. Oh no, hang on. Is it one of those things? I think I forgot again. I think you have to actually, yeah, you have to set it here in the. I keep forgetting that. I think you have to do that here under. Is it the 777 flight factor 777 where you have to set your playback recording, or is it yeah? Although, hang on, I did. Okay, so the problem is it only saved the last 30 seconds prior to taxiing, or is it actually saving? Because I have ticked that. Save replay. Okay, so I really have to. So I would have to put this to a lot higher value, right? But I can do that now, right? I can. So 5 minutes. Okay. So well, I guess with taxiing you need 10 minutes, right? Okay. Well, for the next time. Next time we will have that. Cool. I want to give a big shout out again to the Mexi who gifted 5 subs today. Thank you so much, Mexi, and then welcome to the new members, and thank you so much for all the resubs, guys. Next stream is on Monday. So planning, but now in about 10 minutes we're going to go in DCS and the Hercules again. I'm going to go to the Kola map. Finland, and we're gonna fly and drop in Humvee and some cargo. Yeah, just more practice if you like. If you're interested in that, give me about 10-15 minutes. If not, then hopefully I will see you on Monday evening, and yeah, we'll see what we can get up to. And I think it's going to be back in Microsoft 2020. Sorry, 2024. And I'm sure we could try out some good, cool stuff there. All right. My moderators, as always, thank you so much. And so stay tuned. Give me 10 minutes. See you soon. Good night to you.